So the FA Cup third round, it's the most magical weekend of the year. Well, that's at least what BBC tell us. Hey guys, what's up? Son of Chelsea back here again for my first FA Cup review. As some of you guys may know, I usually do a Premier League review, which will be back this week after the next round of Premier League games. But I thought as it was the FA Cup and as the third round was here, let's do an FA Cup review because I do think there are some good talking points. Starting off with the only real shock of the weekend, probably in terms of Premier League Cup, that was Oxford beating Swansea 3-2. Oxford, it was a surprising Oxford win. It was a great day for them. They definitely played some nice football. Watching the highlights, they definitely did deserve it, being 3-1 up at one point. And you know, Swansea just looked lacklustre. Swansea haven't been having a good season, and you do see this a lot of the time, just teams taking advantage of Premier League teams, especially ones who don't field their best team. It is good to see that lower league clubs are progressing. Yes, we know there are only about one non-league club in Eastleigh left, but it is good to see some lower league clubs progressing, to have some shocks, because that's what the FA Cup is all about. Next is probably the nearly shock of the weekend, if you want to put it like that. The Friday night game at St James's Park, Exeter 2, Liverpool 2. Liverpool fielding an unexperienced team. Jurgen Klopp wasn't very happy with the way to fix the congestion and the fact that he had to go and play Exeter on a Friday night. But sorry mate, we kind of have this tradition in England that we had this thing called the FA Cup, and you can play different teams, and Exeter ever so nearly took advantage of that. But you got to give some credit to the Liverpool youngsters. Big pressure, nearly everyone wanting them to fail, and they're able to get a replay out of it, which is pretty decent, probably more positive for Liverpool fans in terms of looking at young players and being able to perform. But for Exeter, it will be a brilliant away day out of one of the biggest and most historic grounds in the country at Anfield, so it's going to help them financially for the next 2 or 3 years. And once again, this is proof that the FA Cup still has a lot of value, especially for lower league clubs. Also this weekend, we did see some funny things in terms of pitch invaders. We saw 2 this weekend, 2 main ones. One at Eastleigh, where the guy runs on the pitch trying to get assist for himself, trying to get the winner for Eastleigh. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that for him. And yeah, it was funny. And also the pitch at Eastleigh was so bad. I've seen better pitches round Wormwood Scrubs than I saw at Eastleigh on Saturday, so that was quite funny. A proper traditional old school FA Cup tie ending 1-1. Also the cat at Everton was probably the most entertaining thing about that game. It was a pretty dull game watching the highlights, but that was quite funny as well. We also though did see some late heartbreak for some of the smaller teams. Sheffield United as well putting in a great hard working display at Old Trafford, though were undone after a late penalty which Wayne Rooney converted. Also Bristol City were mere seconds away from shocking the Hawthorns and beating West Brom. They will get a chance in the replay to turn West Brom over, which I think could potentially happen. None of the bigger teams really went out this weekend. The holders Arsenal won against Sunderland, Man City beat Norwich, and Chelsea beat Scunthorpe. Also Leicester and Tottenham put on an exciting display, ending 2-2, so that will also be a decent replay. So that has been it for this weekend. Third round of FA Cup matches. Tell me your highlights in the comments below. Who do you think will win the FA Cup? Do you think there'll be any shocks in any of the replays? Make sure to give the video a big like. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at SonOfChelsea. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you again. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You play Cheeky Rubes. Cheeky Rubes scores a goal. Hey guys, what's going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for my Chelsea Scunthorpe FA